I also wanted to talk about some interesting things that I heard while I was out at Tractor Supply. Um, I was out there trying to get the best value for my money to get the raccoons dewormed because the little individual packets were $20 for a 3-day run, and I went to go look to see if a bottle of the goat liquid dewormer is $40, and I could treat one raccoon twice for $40 or several of them several times for $40. So I went to go look to see if that liquid goat dewormer was in stock. And I thought, if it is, it's going to be the watered down stuff. I'll just have to give them something extra. The last time I was there and incidentally got that watered down crap that had 154 milliliters of fluid in it, but definitely looked like watered down liquid fenbenzonol, there was the bottle's about this wide and the cabinet's about, I don't know, a foot and a half long, deep, and it was lined up in a row on the edge of the cabinet all the way back. There had to be 20 bottles in there. And I thought, surely they didn't sell all that fast. And went, and they were gone. All of them. I mean, just like completely gone. So I had to get something else. And when I went up to the register, I asked the lady, I said, "You're out of the liquid dewormer." I said, "Can I order it here and have it come in on a truck? Because the mail's running late. I don't want to have to wait for the mail. Didn't want to give anybody any time to tamper with it or opportunity." And she said, "Yeah, just go online and order it and have asked to pick it up here, and that way we'll get it on the next truck." So when I went online to order it to be picked up there at the store, it said there was already 2 in stock. That's why I had to go all the way back out there, because the only other option would be through USPS. And yeah, I could go ahead and order it online to pick it up right there. And then when I was like, okay, then what happens when I come out here to pick it up today? Did you go to fill the order for me to pick it up today and you realize there's none in stock? What happens then? And she said, let me check into that. Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know what she found. But she found something very alarming going on with that inventory. She even grabbed a couple of her employees and was questioning them. And remember, I communicated to somebody. I don't know whether it was, I don't remember how I put it, but I know I went public about that particular bottle being watered down, and even posted some of the news articles about how cattle are now getting screwworm. And I was mistaken about them with their underdosing, the instructions underdosing. The difference between the dosing on the powder packets for dogs is it's a lower percentage of active ingredient than the liquid. The liquid's 10%. I don't know what the active ingredient is. I don't know what percentage it is on the powder, but whatever. So I was potentially wrong about that. But I do know they were watering the shit down, which is going to be underdosing the animals, which is going to potentially cause them to build up a resistance. So that was bad juju either way. Question is, did they just do it to that store's inventory, or did they do it to the entire locked? Did shit like that get dispensed to a whole bunch of different feed stores and whatever? But anyway, back to this lady. So I'm standing back there looking through all the different options for fenbenzanol, and she's talking to her staff, and the liquid fenbenzanol is in a locked cabinet. It's got a glass door so you can see, and it's all the liquid different medications. They're really expensive, and they're in really tiny bottles, so somebody can really easily make off with it. So it's in a locked cabinet. And she was back there, and she was looking on her phone, and she's like, "We didn't sell them," and because she was looking her inventory, I guess her sales transactions data did not match what she was finding. She's like, first she thought somebody stole them all, and she goes, "No, it's a locked cabinet, so nobody stole them." So that means somebody in that store, let me put it this way. There's two different theories here. Somebody in that store was told to tamper with all of that particular supply and somebody with a key to put that in there. And once I blew the whistle that it was messed with, they went and removed it before Kuzi or whoever could go confiscate it and prove that, something was going on. Because there's no chain of custody. There's no way just taking my bottle that was watered down, but they got Paul. Well, she did that herself to make a false allegation. But by removing the entire stock that was probably watered down, they thought they were giving themselves